Hi there, my name's Aaron Lanterman. I'm a professor of electrical and computer engineering at Georgia Tech, and I'm going to try to install the Verilog to routing tool. This is an open source tool under the ARM version of the Ubuntu operating system running in parallels on my Mac. While I was annoyed at working on setting up a token for GitHub, I discovered that the recommendation is not to download from the GitHub, but to download from this page of releases. Okay, here's version 9, and it tells us don't use the auto-generated source code directories. We should use this directory here. Okay, let's get the tar file. Okay, there's our downloads. Let's see, how do I open up a second file window? New window. So let's go to home, and let's drag this to our home directory. I'm not really used to the way this feels. I'll probably be faster on the command line. Actually, let's do that. Oh, okay, double-clicking it started the unzipping. Oh, do I have a folder in the folder? It did create the folder in the folder. Okay, so let's move VTR star ... and go up. All right, now let's go to this directory here. Oh wait, why is copying and pasting not working? Copy. Let's try Control. No. Okay. Let's do CD. Okay, now let's try running the makefile. Required CMake. Okay, I guess I need to get a bunch of stuff. Let's see. There's an install apt packages script here. Let's run that. Okay, updating. Okay, now let's run the makefile. Okay, let's see what's going on here. When I'm using Camtasia to record this, the cursor's very sluggish. Anyway, let's see. Warning, note. Usual kind of stuff. Here's a note. And we get down to here. Let's see. It says note something declared here. And then is it complaining about this? Because it seems like it's just hung there. Okay, let me try to Control-C out of this. Let's see, I interrupted it. Maybe I'm just not waiting long enough. Maybe it really is doing something and I should have faith. Okay, let me run the makefile again. Oh, it's not complaining there. Now it's telling me it's generating the Yosis bin. Okay, maybe it was running and I was just getting impatient. I was impatient. That took several minutes to get past whatever that section was. Okay, it looks like we're done. That took a long time to compile. Let's see, it looks like we're supposed to install some Python packages. Okay, pip install -r requirements.txt, pip install -r requirements.txt, pip not found. Okay, Python 3 pip. Let's install Python. Okay, now let's do the pip thing. Oh, it's complaining about package management. Let's see. There's this thing about a virtual environment, and there's some stuff here about a virtual environment. Okay, let's make an environment. And now let's do source venv with a dot in front /bin/activate. Okay. I guess we're in this environment now. Can I install all this stuff? Okay. I guess it's happy. If you choose to install the Python virtual environment, you will need to remember to activate it on any new terminal window you use before you can run stuff. So I just read somewhere that I can use deactivate to leave the virtual environment, and I guess we use this to go into it. Okay, here's a line to run a test, and I just read somewhere that Ctrl-Shift-C and Ctrl-Shift-V will work for copying and pasting, and it's not. Oh, good grief. Okay, VTR_flow, scripts, run, VTR, I'll be back. Why isn't copying and pasting working? Could not find it for the task. Oh, whoops, I messed this up. Let's see, this should be a slash, and this should be a slash. Oh, I'm missing an underscore tests here. Boy, I really wish copy and paste was working. Ah, now it's doing something. And it looks like we got the expected output. Now, this is a brand new Ubuntu installation. Do I really need to mess around with these virtual Python environments? I mean, after all, if we look at these requirements, how dangerous can these be? Sure. Maybe this is a bad idea. If this is a bad idea, leave a comment below. All right, break system packages. Let's move fast and break things. Okay, so we installed those things. Let me now try running that test line and see if it works. Okay, that worked without having to go into the virtual Python environment. I guess later if I install some other stuff that requires different Python versions of different libraries or whatever, this might get more complicated.